only been here for about 3 days, and honestly, the pay just doesn't work for us, so we're all gonna quit. So, that just happened. I'm Keiichi Sato, and I work as a sales manager at the main office of Tokimeki Cafe, a cafe chain that's located all across the country. Today's the day. We're welcoming the new hires to their first official team meeting. I'm actually pretty excited.
Keiji? Everyone, they all just handed in their notices.
Sorry, what? Hey there, Keiichi. We've only been here for about 3 days. And honestly, the pay just doesn't work for us, so we're all gonna quit. What do you mean, Harunobu? Look, I get that this company is in a tough spot financially, but this salary? I might stick around if I could just work like half an hour a day. No way. Oh, Miss Takaishi. So, that just happened?
Oh, is that really how it is? Well, I must have dumped a crazy amount of work on you all. Sorry about that. But if I recall correctly, it's been, 3 days of job orientation? That must have been a lot for you. I guess we'll have to adjust the entire onboarding process.
Wait a second. What's Miss Takaishi, the CEO, doing here? She dropped by to see how the new hires were settling in, even though she's really busy. She wanted to see what kind of talent we brought in this year. I'm really sorry it had to be like this, Miss Takaishi.
No need to blame yourself, Keiji. It was just a bit of bad luck. Anyway, I'll go ahead and accept all your resignation letters. I appreciate your time.
Wait, but please, just give me a moment.
Yes? Is there something more you need?
So this was kind of a joke. It was more like, a tactic for negotiating my salary, you know?
A negotiation? So you all thought it would be smart to start things with your new boss at a company you just joined by submitting fake resignations? So you weren't actually serious. You were just using those letters to negotiate your salaries?
Yeah, I guess you could put it that way.
Are you kidding me? There's a line you shouldn't cross. Keiji and the rest of the team put in a lot of effort every year to make sure new hires feel at home and supported in our company. We genuinely care, and this is how you treat people who are trying to help you? If you have something to discuss or negotiate, just say it directly. Don't joke around like that.
I'm really sorry. Crap, if this keeps up, I might actually have to quit for real.
Hold on, Yui. I really think we'd be making a mistake letting them go.
Tetsuto, I can't just overlook this kind of behavior.
I understand that, and I don't believe we should overlook it. But Tokimeki Cafe's sales are dropping every year. And our side venture, Tokimeki Pasta, hasn't exactly been a success either. In this case, losing talent, even if they're new, might do us more harm than good.
But they already said the pay isn't good enough for them.
Did they really say that? Or maybe they just don't like working under Keiichi. Maybe they'd feel differently if they were on my team. Keiichi's in charge of Tokimeki Cafe, while I'm overseeing Tokimeki Pasta. Why not let them try out my team?
Yes, please. I'm a huge fan of Tokimeki Pasta.
Then it's settled.
Keiichi, don't take this personally, okay? I really don't think this is your fault.
Thank you. Ever since I took charge of Tokimeki Cafe, our sales have gone down. I can't help but feel a bit responsible for that.
Oh, by the way, just to clarify, doesn't Tokimeki Pasta already have enough sales staff? Wouldn't these new hires just be unnecessary for your team?
Actually, there's no need to worry. We're going to franchise each of our locations. And that means we'll need more sales staff.
Franchise each of our locations?
Exactly. By franchising, a lot of the overhead and operating expenses won't burden the main office. It's a quick route to being profitable again.
But we don't even have the standardized manuals to maintain quality across our restaurants. That kind of quick fix method for profit.
That's exactly why we need more staff. We need to make comprehensive manuals and ensure the franchise owners get the right training. And no worries, this plan has the approval of the COO, the chairman, and even the former CEO. Look, ever since you stepped in as CEO, our revenue has been declining. Isn't it time to trust someone with a bit more experience, like me?
Right. Okay. I understand. He's not wrong. Things haven't been great since I took over. It's tough to argue back when I don't have any results to show for it.
Miss Takaishi.
Appreciate your understanding. Alright everyone, follow me. I'll teach you how things work in my team.
Got it. I'm really sorry. If I had done a better job with Tokimeki Cafe, we could have stood our ground better.
This isn't entirely on you, Keiji. Not at all. I had no idea Tetsuto was this deep into the franchise plan. Maybe he really is the better leader for this situation.
Excuse me.
Wait a second. Noah, you didn't turn in your resignation?
No, I didn't. And I wasn't on board with what Harunobu did either. I actually moved here from Doki Doki Cafe because I really wanted to be part of Tokimeki Cafe. It's not about the money for me.
Thank you so much.
Based on what Tetsuto said earlier, I was going to mention this in the meeting, but I really think franchising could work for Tokimeki Cafe as well.
Franchising, huh? I've thought about it before. But honestly, with how things are going, who am I to put together a manual or establish guidelines? I'm worried that no one would trust my leadership, let alone want to be a part of it.
If we take our restaurant locations into account, we'd need a lot of applicants to make it possible.
And then how about this? Instead of Tetsuto's plan to franchise every restaurant, how about we start small with just a few locations? Maybe the franchise owners can help us pinpoint the reasons behind our declining numbers.
That's an interesting idea.
Plus, even though our sales are declining, we're still not in the red. I just think it's worth a try. Sorry if I sound a bit arrogant. I know I'm just a newbie. It's not really my place to say all this.
No, you don't sound arrogant at all. If anything, especially after what just happened, you seem pretty humble.
To be honest, Noah has a point. Taking on everything ourselves might just be too much. It feels like we're carrying too much weight alone.
Yeah, you're right. All right, let's assemble the team and have a serious discussion about franchising Tokimeki Cafe. Thanks, Noah. That was a solid suggestion.
Not at all.
And so, our team discussion kicked off, and we decided to go ahead with a small franchise trial for Tokimeki Cafe. Time passed, and eventually Tokimeki Pasta completely franchised all its restaurants. But Tokimeki Cafe only managed to franchise 5 key spots at the same time, and...
Listen up, everyone. Starting today, we're officially opening up as franchise locations. Make sure all franchise owners stick to the manual. It's your job to keep them on track.
Got it.
There are 2 reps assigned to each location, and I expect you all to take full control. Think of it as if you're mentoring the franchise owners yourselves.
Sorry. Can I say something?
What is it?
It feels like the manual is too thin, and it's not as thorough as what we agreed upon in the last meeting. I mean, I'm concerned that the restaurant's success might be too reliant on the sales rep and the owner's expertise.
Making the manual too strict will take away all their flexibility. Don't forget, you're all skilled sales reps. In fact, we specifically transferred you all. The new hires we have high hopes for, from Tokimeki Cafe to Tokimeki Pasta. I'm counting on you to turn that thin manual into something concrete through real results.
I get it, but honestly, allowing us newbies that much freedom seems somewhat risky.
Come on now, you guys handed in your resignations to negotiate your salaries because you were confident in your abilities, right? If the manual was already super thorough, there wouldn't be a need for 2 reps at every location, would there?
Right. Got it. And half a year later. Hey, did you hear? 2 more locations are shutting down. What? It's only been 6 months. Tetsuto says if we can't show results, we should cut our losses before the whole team's spirit goes down. But to be honest, with the cheap food prices, the menu's taste is pretty bland. Plus, the franchise owners are handling most of the cost themselves, and the cut they have to give back from sales is massive. There's really no way this could have worked out. Is it just me, or is Tetsuto a bit crazy? Meanwhile,
We hit another record in sales this month. Oh, that's amazing.
Not at all. It's because you guys actually listened to what I had to say. It's made running the cafe a lot easier. We've been able to slightly increase the ingredient prices to improve quality. And because of that, customers keep coming back. Plus, since the main office is taking care of most of the material costs, we're making decent profits, even with our prices being a bit higher, and the cut we owe to the main office is actually pretty small. Honestly, when you treat us this well, it just makes me want to go the extra mile.
It was Keiji who suggested that our main office cover the expenses of all the cafe locations. His thoughtfulness truly paid off.
thank you so much. If it's made your job easier, I'm really glad to hear that.
We should continue prioritizing our customers without compromising on quality.
All 5 of our franchise cafe locations are making a profit. They're even doing better than our company-owned spots. I'd say franchising has been a big success.
Every franchise owner brings their own angle. Learning from them has been really inspiring. It's honestly a lot of fun. In a funny way, maybe that whole resignation mess was actually a blessing in disguise for us back then.
It really allowed us to follow Noah's suggestion immediately. So yeah, maybe it was.
Yeah, I guess the other workers felt like we were taking on too much. We were working so hard to exceed what the last generation did that we felt we had to take care of everything ourselves.
Maybe we should have leaned on others a little sooner.
You're right. Wait, isn't that...
I'm sorry, but I just can't fulfill your expectations anymore, Harunobu. I'm leaving.
Wait, what? But we just began to see profits. That's such a shame.
It took this much work just to make a little profit. I honestly don't think I can keep this up. I'm sorry.
Fine. If that's how you feel, then it is what it is. Thanks for your contributions.
Harunobu.
Yui and Keiichi. What a surprise. Looks like that restaurant manager didn't have what it takes. Honestly, I prefer it if people like that left sooner rather than later. I've been hearing that more and more restaurants are shutting down. Some are closing because sales are too low, while others have staff that just up and left. And now I hear you started ranking the restaurants against each other? It feels like everyone's under a bit too much pressure. Well, yeah, but that's just how it goes, right? They're in charge of running a restaurant. Obviously, there's pressure involved. Sure, but there's a threshold. They shouldn't have to bear all that pressure. Pass that on to Tetsuto, not me. Seriously, why are you bringing this to me?
So, you do think Keiichi has a point, right? You're not denying it.
No, that's not what I meant. If it starts to feel like too much, you can always talk to us. We'll lend you a hand.
Even after all the stuff Harunobu did to him, he still wants to lend a hand.
Mind your own business. Harunobu?
I can't just sit back and do nothing. As the CEO of this company, I need to really step up my game.
And 3 months later, the restaurant that Harunobu was in charge of finally went into the red. Oh no, we're officially in the red. If this keeps up, I've got to do something, anything. Okay, time for a big promotional event. That's our only hope. Let's throw a summer produce fair. We'll focus on seasonal vegetables. And add some discount coupons. We need to turn this restaurant around.
Got it.
And 1 week later. What in the world? 3 part-timers just skipped out on their shifts.
Yeah, looks like they were really upset about the pay cut.
But we're about to get flooded with orders from the limited time fare menu. There's no way we can close the restaurant now. We'll just have to manage with the full-time staff. I can't handle this. I can't keep track of this many orders. I've never even worked in customer service before. Oh no, the plates. Whoa.
So let me get this straight. You tried to handle the shifts without the part-timers. Everything went wrong. Customers were stuck waiting, and now we're flooded with complaints. And to make matters worse, the restaurant manager is so overworked that he called in sick. And you had to temporarily shut the restaurant down? What were you even thinking?
I'm really sorry, Tetsuto.
And that's not the end of it. A few new hires have already decided to leave. Probably because they realized how chaotic things were, and got the wrong impression about our company. At this point, we may have no option but to shut this restaurant down for good.
No way. If this location closes, I'm done for. My status in the company will be gone.
Hold on just a second.
What do you want? I'm in the middle of an important discussion with Harunobu.
What I'm about to say relates to your conversation with Harunobu. I take it you're looking to close this location because of this incident, right? I'm here to push back against that decision.
You plan to push back on that decision? Why?
Harunobu, the other sales rep, and the restaurant manager were all doing really well until now. The restaurant had been making a profit for quite a while. But after just 1 month of being in the red, they rushed to start a promotional event and cut down on wages. Do you know why?
Because they were trying to turn things around?
No. The losses were mostly due to outside factors. Bad weather went on for days, and even a typhoon hit the area, making it hard for customers to get to the restaurant. They couldn't control it. But Harunobu and the team panicked and went ahead with that promotional event. And I think, Tetsuto, that's your fault.
My fault? What are you talking about?
You've been starting and closing restaurants way too often, even the ones that were successful. That kind of inconsistency is wearing everyone out. Actually, Ms. Takaishi conducted a survey throughout the company in the Tokimeki Pasta sales department, asking employees what they thought about the current direction. Almost everyone said they wanted less pressure and more long-term strategies.
So we set up visits for those employees to explore our Tokimeki Cafe franchise spots. And guess what? Most of them preferred a setup like the cafes, where everyone shares the workload and responsibilities more evenly.
You went and did all that without even telling me?
Tetsuto, I understand that putting competition and responsibilities in place can be useful when the context is right. But can't you see that your current setup is falling apart? We're lacking stability with new hires, and we're still understaffed.
Fine. I appreciate your feedback. I'll take it down a notch. But I have my own style of doing things.
Is that so? That's unfortunate. Then, under my direct orders as the CEO, you're being removed from overseeing the franchise restaurants.
I beg your pardon? That's outrageous.
Didn't the chairman mention the same thing to you not long ago? That we should share responsibilities more evenly?
How do you know about?
The COO, the chairman, and the previous CEO all approved this. We went through the same steps you took when you grew the franchises. So, Tetsuto, are you still trying to hold on to your position?
Fine. Do whatever you want. I'm out. Even if I move to another position in this company, it's not like I could actually work in a different role anyway. Just drive this company into the ground. See if I care.
Thanks a lot for all your contributions until now.
Harunobu, we want you to continue overseeing this location. If you apologize to our customers on behalf of the restaurant and try to turn things around, then I quit too. Harunobu, this whole situation made me understand how irresponsible I've been. I want to take a step back and think things through. I ever get the opportunity to start fresh, I'd appreciate it if you could give me another chance.
All right, we'll be waiting for you. Come back anytime.
Thank you. And so, both Harunobu and Tetsuto left the company. All 20 employees who had turned in their resignation letters are now gone. Tetsuto's behavior got worse at his next job. He ended up getting sued by his own team and faced a huge lawsuit for damages. No company wanted to hire someone with that kind of trouble. Now, he's stuck in a lonely, miserable job where he barely interacts with anyone. As for Harunobu and the other new hires who left, they had to deal with some harsh realities and their egos were completely crushed. Meanwhile...
Keiji, thank you.
Huh? For what?
When you were trying to lend a hand and being nice to Harunobu back then, it really stuck in my mind. It made me realize I've got to improve as well. And I shouldn't ignore what any of our staff are going through.
Honestly, I've learned way more from you than you have from me, Yui.
Wait, did you just call me Yui?
Oh, I guess I picked it up from Noah.
That actually makes me happy. You can always call me by my first name.
Oh, okay. Yui? Enjoyed the video?
And then smash that like button and subscribe.